So I welcome you all in this study class. I am Ms. Vandana Gupta, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. Quickly, we will revise what we have done in the last class. Okay. So we started with quartiles. What are quartiles? Quartiles are the two values which divides the data into 4 equal parts when the values are arranged in the increasing order. To divide the data into 4 equal parts, we need 3 points, right? So these 3 points are called as 3 quartiles. They are called first quartile, denoted by Q1, Q for quartile. Second quartile, Q2, Q for quartile, and because it is second quartile, we will put a suffix here or subscript here as 2. Third quartile, Q3, Q for quartile, and 3 because it is the third quartile. Then I have tried to explain you this with the help of example. Let n denotes the number of values in the data. I have arranged the data from smallest to biggest. This is my smallest value. This is the biggest value. Okay, this is from here to here is my data. Okay, I want to divide this data into 4 equal parts. So I will need 3 points. This is first point, second point, and third point. They are called Q1, Q2, and Q3. Because I'm dividing the data into 4 equal parts, and n is the total number of values in the data. So each of this part will contain n by 4 values. From here to here, n by 4 values. From between Q1 and Q2, n by 4 values. Between Q2 and Q3, n by 4 values. And similarly, between Q3 and the biggest value, n by 4 values. If you convert it into percentage, it will tell you that each part contains 25% of the data. Note here. See what note I have written here. If you look at this diagram, 25% of the values or n by 4 values are less than Q1. Okay. And how many values are bigger than Q1? Look at here. Bigger means right side. N by 4 plus n by 4 plus n by 4. That will give you 3n by 4. Or in percentage, 25 plus 25 plus 25. That will give you 75%. So there are n by 4 values in the data which are less than Q1 and 3n by 4 values which are greater than Q1. Now look at for Q2. How many values are less than Q2? Look at to the left side of Q2. N by 4 plus n by 4. If you add n by 4 plus n by 4, it is going to give you what? N by 2. N by 4 plus n by 4. 4, same denominator. So you will add, so you will get 2n by 4. Now 2 1 ja 2, 2 2 ja 4. So you will get n by 2. So n by 2 values are less than Q2. Similarly, n by 2 values are bigger than Q2. So where is Q2? It is exactly in the center. So therefore, we say that, so Q2 is exactly in the center and therefore we say Q2 is in the middle. So therefore, Q2 is same as median. Okay, you can see from the diagram also. If I ask you about Q3, how many values are less than Q3? Look at to the left side of Q3. How much? N by 4 plus n by 4 plus n by 4. So it is 3n by 4. And in percentage, it is 75%. So 75% or 3n by 4 values are less than Q3. And how many are bigger than Q3? 25% or n by 4. So such type of questions may come as an objective question. So whenever the term quartile comes, you should have this diagram before you. If you know this diagram, then you can answer the questions. Okay. So let us move ahead for the next slide. How to calculate first quartile for group data of discrete type. In that, these are the steps. Okay. So what is the first step? Find the cumulative frequency. See, remember here, to find the median or quartile, first step is always to calculate the cumulative frequency. Second step is find n. How do you calculate n? You take the summation of frequencies that gives you capital N. This we have done. So I'm revising it. So I'm going little fast. Third step is calculate n by 4. If you are calculating Q1, then you have to find out n by 4. Then fourth step, Q1 is defined as that value for which cumulative frequency just exceeds n by 4. Okay. Then I have taken one problem to illustrate that. This one. Okay. How to find out Q1. This is a revision for them who have attended my lecture, and if you have not attended my previous lecture, then also I'm repeating so you will understand. So this data is given to you and you are asked to find out Q1 and Q3. Okay, so go as per the steps. What is the first step? First, find out cumulative frequencies. Okay, this I have already taken how to calculate cumulative frequency. For the first variable, it will be same as 3. For the next one, 3 plus 3, that will give me 6. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. 12 plus 2, 14. 14 plus 1, 15. In this way, I will calculate the cumulative frequencies. Then the second step is to calculate n. What is n? It is summation of frequencies. So if I add this column, I get 15. That is total number of values in my data. This figure and this figure should be same. That is the reason I have highlighted it with the same color. Okay. So first step, cumulative frequency. Second step, find n. In the third step, we will calculate n by 4. So 15 upon 4, it will give you 3.75. Use your calculator to calculate these values. Then the fourth step is very important. In that, what you have to do, you have to start reading the values in the cumulative frequency column and from top. And you have to stop at the place where the cumulative frequency is exceeding 3.75, exceeding n by 4. Okay. So we start from the top. It is 3. 3 is less than 3.75. So we have to move ahead. So the second one, it is 6, which is bigger than this. So I have put an arrow here and you see that where it is for this value. So Q1 is equal to 6. In this problem, Q1 is, so I have written here Q1 is 6. And see, I have also written here the value of X for which the cumulative frequency just exceeds n by 4, matlab 3.75 is 6. Remember here one point which is very important. Many students, they make the mistake, they say that median is Q1 is equal to n by 4, which is wrong. Q1 is not equal to n by 4. To calculate Q1, we first find n by 4. It is not same as n by 4. Okay, Q1 is not n by 4. Also, some students, they write that Q1 is 6. It is not 6. Okay, it is the value of the variable for which cumulative frequency is bigger than 3.75. Fortunately or coincidentally, you can say in this case, this and this figure is same, 6 and 6. But Q1 is not this 6, it is this 6. Understood? You have to look at the value of the variable. So this is how we have calculated Q1. Okay. Now to calculate Q3, the first step and second steps are same. The cumulative frequency that we have already done. Then n. Look at the steps of. See here. How to calculate third quartile Q3 for group data of discrete type. So the first step is same, cumulative frequency, which is already we have done. Find n, that is summation of frequencies, that also we have done. For calculating Q3, we have to first calculate 3n by 4. Now, how will you remember that? See, when you are calculating quartiles, you have to divide n by 4. For Q1, find 1n by 4. That is same as n by 4. For Q3, 3n by 4. Like this, you have to remember. Okay. So you calculate 3n by 4. Then in the step 4, look at the cumulative frequency column And where the frequency, cumulative frequency just exceeds 3n by 4, there you have to stop, and it is for which variable, that variable will become your value of Q3. So let us see in the same problem. So first step, to calculate Q3, first step cumulative frequency, I think this one, yeah. So this we have cumulative frequency was already calculated and also was already calculated. For calculating Q3, look at here, to calculate Q3, we first find 3n by 4. 3n is 15. So 3 into 15 by 4, that will give me 45 upon 4. When you divide 45 by 4, you will get 11.25. Then what you have to do? Look at the cumulative frequency column and start reading from the top and stop at the place where CF becomes bigger than 11.25. Okay. So we will start from here. It is 3, it is less than this, move ahead. It is 6, less than 11.25, again go ahead. It is 10, still less than this, then still you have to move ahead. It is 12, yes, it is greater than 11.25. Make an arrow here and see for which value of X it is. It is for 8. So Q3 is equal to 8. So look at here, I have written the value of X for which the cumulative frequency just exceeds 11.25 is 8. So Q3 is equal to 8. So in this way, we calculate Q1 and Q3 for discrete type of data. Okay. Now we will see how to calculate Q1 and Q3 for group data of continuous type. Okay. One more problem is there, which I had already explained you, but it is there in the PPT. So the recording also I will send you, and PPT I have already sent. And homework also you have done it. Okay. Now we will see how to find out Q1 for group data of continuous type. Here it is. How to calculate Q1 for grouped data of continuous type. Now what is the meaning of continuous type of data? That means you will be given, instead of actual values of the variate, you will be given the class intervals. Here the variate is continuous, so it is expressed using class intervals. Okay. To calculate Q1, the first two steps, in fact, first three steps are same. First step, calculate cumulative frequencies. Second step, find n. N is same, summation of f. Third step, calculate n by 4. Okay. So these three steps are same as we were doing for discrete type. Fourth step, in discrete type, you were directly getting the value of Q1. Here, because the data is of continuous type, you will not get the direct value. You will get the Q1 class. So the fourth step is locate the Q1 class as the class for which the cumulative frequency just exceeds n by 4. Here you will not get actually the value of Q1 as you were getting in the discrete type case. Here you will get a class. Okay, that class is called as Q1 class. And then to find the value of Q1, we have to apply the formula. So here one more step is there. So there are 5 steps. This is the formula to calculate Q1. What is the formula? Q1 is equal to L1 plus in a bracket L2 minus L1 in the another bracket n by 4 minus CF divided by F. You can see the similarity between this formula and the formula for median of continuous type of data. You remember that formula? Median we have already completed. You can compare the two formulae and you will notice that this formula is very much similar to the formula to calculate median. What is the difference you notice here? Median, in median we used to write here n by 2. And for Q1, we are writing here n by 4 because we are finding n by 4. That is the reason. Okay. So what are these L1, L2, F and CF? Look at here. L1 is the lower boundary of the Q1 class. L2 is the upper boundary of the Q1 class. F is the frequency of Q1 class. Only thing is that what is CF? CF is the cumulative frequency of the class, not not Q1 class, just above the Q1 class. The class which is just located above the Q1 class. Okay. Once you get all these values, you have to put these values in the formula and you will get your value for Q1. Okay. So this is how we calculate Q1 for group data of continuous time. Let me explain you with the help of one example. See here. Find Q1 and Q3 for the following distribution. Look at the data given to me. This is my data. Here I have given the marks which are expressed as class intervals. What is my second column? It gives you number of students. That means the frequency. What it says, read the table. There are 6 students whose marks are between 0 and 10. Means less than 10, and it can be equal to 0 also, and between 0 and 10. This lower boundary we include, but not the upper boundary. Similarly, read this. 8 number of students are having the marks either 10 or bigger than 10 but less than 20. Means between 10 and 20 or maybe equal to 10. So this way you know that how to read the table, and you know we have say taken so many problems of this kind. Okay, how to read frequency table. Now for this type of data, I have to find Q1 and Q3. Let us see first Q1. What is my first step? Find cumulative frequency. Please all of you write down all the steps in your notebook. Not now when I shared with you. I have already shared this, so write down in the notebook so that quickly you can see the steps while solving the problems. So the first step is find cumulative frequency. So you will have to make another column, CF. Okay. You know now how to calculate cumulative frequency. Quickly you can write. For the first one, it will be same as 6. Then 6 plus 8 will give me 40. 14 plus 7 give me 21. See how my arrow is moving. 21 plus 5, 26. Then 26 plus 4, then 30. So this way I have calculated the cumulative frequencies. The second step is to find the value of n. Okay. So what is n? You know, summation of f. So it is giving me 30. Okay. This and this should match. So my 2 steps are over. Now what is my third step? To calculate Q1, we find n by 4. See, I have not written Q1 equal to n by 4. So don't make that mistake. Don't say Q1 equal to n by 4. Okay. Q1 find out करने के लिए we have to find n by 4. It doesn't mean Q1 is n by 4. So we will calculate n by 4. Put the value of n. N is 30. So 30 upon 4. 30 upon 4 will give you 7.5. So third step you have completed. Now what is the fourth step? For fourth step, what you have to do? Look at the cumulative frequency column. Start reading the values from top and stop at the place where the value exceeds 7.5. So look at the first value is 6. It is less than 7.5. So you have to still go ahead. Look at the second. It is 14. Yes, it is bigger than 7.5. So make an arrow. Okay. And see for which class it is. It is for the class 10 to 20. So this is my Q1 class. Understood? So this class is Q1 class. So my step 4 is over. I have written here the class for which the cumulative frequency just exceeds n by 4, that is 7.5, is 10 to 20. So Q1 class is 10 to 20. See, the thing which I am highlighting are very important. Once I have known that this is my Q1 class, I have to go for the last step, that is the fifth step. In the fifth step, we apply the formula. What is the formula? This is the formula to calculate Q1. In the formula, what are the values I need? I need L1, I need L2, I need N by 4, I need CF, and I need F. So let us write down all these values. What is L1? L1 is the lower boundary of the Q1 class. What is the lower boundary of Q1 class? It is 10. So I will write L1 equal to 10. What is L2? Look at the step. If you forget, go back and see the steps. Okay, what is L2? Upper boundary. So L2 is the upper boundary, that is 20. What is F? It is the frequency of the Q1 class. Look at the table. This is my Q1 class. You also write here in the table so that you will not make any mistake. Quickly you will see a Q1 class है. What is its frequency? 8. So QF is 8. And what is CF? Because here students they make mistake. So it is better जैसे ही आपको Q1 class पता चले, you make a round here and write there the Q1 class. Okay, so the chances of making mistakes will be minimal. CF हम किसका लेते हैं? Not Q1 class का, उसके ऊपर वाली क्लास. तो दिस इज Q1 क्लास, इसके ऊपर ये क्लास है, इसका CF कितना है? 6 है. तो CF का वैल्यू होगा 6. Don't take CF 40. Okay, so CF will always be taken for the class which is above the Q1 class. Okay, so CF is 6. L2 minus L1, that also we need in the formula. So I have calculated here itself. What is L2 minus L1? It is also the width of the Q1 class. So L2 is 20, L1 is 10. So 20 minus 10, that is 10. You can see that width of this class or length of this class, upper boundary minus lower boundary, that is 10. Then what else we need? N by 4 minus CF. What is N by 4? 7.5. 7.5 minus CF. CF is how much? 6. 7.5 minus 6. What is that? 1.5. Now we got all the values. So we will now go to the step 5 and apply the formula. Look at the step 5. Write down the formula. Q1 equal to L1 plus L2 minus L1 in another bracket N by 4 minus CF, and this divided by F. Now what is my value for L1? It is 10 plus L2 minus L1. How much it was? It was 10, and N by 4 minus CF was 1.5. So L2 minus L1, in place of this bracket, I will put 10. N by 4 minus CF, I have already calculated. The value was 1.5. You can go back to the previous slide and you can see. N by 4 minus CF is 1.5. And what is F? It is 8. So F is 8. 8 here. Then you have to, first you have to calculate this, and then the answer you have to add in. So 10 into 1.5 will give you 15. 15 divided by 8. This, if you calculate, you will get 1.875. And now you have to add it to 10. So you will get 11.875. Here I would like to point out the common mistake which students they make. What is that common mistake? See, many students while writing, they write this formula Q1 as L1 plus L2 minus L1 into N by 4 minus CF, and they write F here. Means they make this division for L1 also. Here they make mistake. This division is not for L1. Okay, so that is a wrong, this is a wrong formula. Okay, your division is starting from the L1 plus, then you have to write down this L2 minus L1 and by 4 minus CF, and this division is only up to here. Okay, then after you calculate, see यहाँ तक भी कर देते हैं बच्चे, then उसके बाद you know many students what mistake they are making, they make like this, यहाँ आकर they will write like this 10 plus 15, again इसका division यहाँ तक बता देते हैं. So 10 plus 15 will give you 25, and 25 upon 8, what is the answer for 25 upon 8? It will be 3 point something. Okay, whereas what is our answer? It is 11.875. So you will get a wrong answer. Understood? So don't do that mistake. Q1 is 10 plus 15 upon 8. So first calculate 15 upon 8. This division is not for, so this is wrong. Okay, so you calculate this first, it is 1.875, and then you add this value to 10, that is giving you 11.875. Now if you want to take after decimal only two values, then you have to round that value. Okay, that is called rounding off. So in book also, if you look at the answers, after decimal only two values are given. So what you have to do, look at the after decimal, I have got three values. I want to take only up to two values. So what I have to do, I have to look at the third value. If it is 5 or more than 5, then I have to increase this second place by 1, second value by 1. So I have seen that the third place is 5. Yes. So what I will do, I will increase this 7 by 1. So it will become 8. So approximately I will get the answer as 11.88. Okay. So my value for Q1 is 11.88. Okay. So never make this type of mistake. This will give you all wrong answer. Okay. Now, how will you check? You yourself can check whether your answer is correct. Kaise? Q1 value, how much you got? 11.88. Look at what was my Q1 class. What was my Q1 class? It is 10 to 20. So the value of Q1 should fall between 10 and 20. What value we got? We got 11.88. Yes, it falls between 10 and 20. So my answer is correct. Or if you make this kind of mistake, ऐसा अगर आप करोगे तो 10 + 50 यानी ये अगर आपने यहाँ तक बढ़ा दिया डिवीजन और इस तरह से प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किया तो you will get 3 point something. So this value is not between 10 and 20. So you yourself can check कि आपका आंसर रॉन्ग. ठीक है, तो आपका जो वैल्यू आएगा Q1 का वो 10 और 20 के बीच में ही होना चाहिए. अगर उसके बीच में नहीं आ रहा है इसका मतलब आपने कुछ मिस्टेक किया है. And most probably the mistake what you would have done will be this one. Okay, so see that you read the slides properly, see the formula correctly and apply the formula correctly, do the calculation correctly. Okay, finally you can check this. Okay, so this is how we have seen how to calculate Q1. Okay, now this is just like median. Okay, only difference is here it is n by 4. Okay, now we will see how to find out Q3. Look at here the steps for Q3. How to calculate, I think this here I have made a mistake. It's not first quartile, it is third quartile. No? Let me make the correction here. It is by mistake. So make a correction. This is not first term, it is third quartile. Right here, it is third quartile. Q3, no? So it is not by copy paste that mistake has happened. Okay, so it is how to calculate third quartile, that is Q3. So this you can consider, don't take it. For group data of continuous time. Here also you will observe that first, second steps are same. Median may be same hai, Q1 may be same hai. Okay, और Q3 में भी वही steps है. First step is what? Calculate cumulative frequencies. What is the second step? Find n. ये common ही है. Now what is the third step? You are calculating Q3. So you have to find out 3n by 4. Okay, and then you locate the Q3 class as the class for which cumulative frequency just exceeds 3n by 4, and then you have to बाकी सब similar ही है. Then apply the formula for Q3. Formula for Q3 is also very much similar to the formula of Q1, except what is the difference? Here you are having 3n by 4 in place of n by 4. Okay, so in median, here it comes n by 2. For Q1, here it comes n by 4. And for Q3, it comes 3n by 4. This is how you have to do it. Okay? Then you know all these L1, L2, F and C. Just put the values and get the answer. Okay? So we have seen the steps for Q3. Let us now go to the problem. हमने Q1 calculate कर लिया था. Now we have to find out Q3. Okay? So if you go by the steps, first two steps are already done in our table. CF निकाल दिया है and also F निकाल दिया, N निकाल दिया है 30. Third step for Q3. Here it is. To calculate Q3, we will find 3n by 4. So we will calculate 3 into n divided by 4. N is 30. So 3 into 30 upon 4. That is 90 upon 4. which gives you 22.5. Okay. Now what you have to do? Look at the cumulative frequency column where you are getting the figure which is just bigger than 22.5. There you have to stop. So start looking at this column and start reading from the top. The first one is 6. No, it is less than this. So still more, you have to go ahead. The next one is 40. It is less than 22.5. Again, go ahead. It is 21. It is still less than 22.5. So you have to still go ahead. It is 26. Yes, it is bigger than 22.5. Put an arrow here and see it is for which class. It is for 30 to 40. Okay, so your Q3 class is 30 to 40. Always write down in the table Q3 class. So you have located the Q3 class and this is my Q3 class. So see, I have written also here the class for which the cumulative frequency just exceeds 22.5, that is 3n by 4, is 30 to 40. So what is my Q3? Q3 class, Q3 class is 30 to 40. So my step 4 is over. See what was my step 4? Look at here. Locate Q3 class as a class for which cumulative frequency just exceeds 3.4. आपने ये 4 step कर दिए, मतलब more than 50% of your problem is done. Okay. Now the next one, the last step will give you the actual value for Q3. So in the last step, we apply the formula. So we will write down the formula first. This is the formula to calculate Q3. Okay. Once you solve 2-3 problem, definitely this formula will get fixed in your mind. It is similar only. Q3 is L1 plus L2 minus L1. This is actually nothing but the width of that Q3 class. And in the next bracket, in place of n by 4, we are calculating Q3. So it is 3n by 4. 3n by 4 minus CF divided by F. Now you have to do what? You have to put all these values. So go back. What is, this is the Q3 class. What is L1? Lower boundary. What is the lower boundary of this class? 30. L1 is 30. What is L2? L2 meaning upper boundary. What is the upper boundary? It is 40. So L2 is 40. What is frequency F? F of this class? Look at the table. This class has got frequency 5. So F ka value 5. What is CF? CF is the cumulative frequency of Q3 class, just not Q3 class, the class which is just above the Q3 class. So this is my Q3 class. Just above I am having this class. What is the CF? It is 21. So CF ka value aa gaya 21. Okay. Now you will calculate what is L2 minus L1. L2 is 40. L1 is 30. So 40 minus 30 will give you 10. So width of this class you can very well see. It is between 30 to 40. So the length is 10. So L2 minus L1 is 10. What is 3n by 4 minus CF? Look at what is 3n by 4. It is 22.5. So 22.5 minus what is CF is 21. So 22.5 minus 21, it is 1.5. So I got all the values which are required in the formula. Now I will go apply the formula. Look at here. Q3, this is the formula. L1 का value है 30 plus what is L2 minus L1? It is 10. 3n by 4 minus CF कितना आया था? It was coming as 1.5. Okay. So I will write here 1.5. What was F? F was 5. Okay. So I will put the value of F as 5. Now again, what you have to do? Don't do that mistake. This division is only up to here. So you have to first multiply, first solve this. Okay. So what is 10 into 1.5? Use all calculators for all the calculations. 10 into 1.5 will give you 15 and 15 divided by 5 will give you 3. So 30 plus 3 will give you 33. So what is the value of Q3 you got? 33. Here itself you can check whether your answer is correct. Kaise? How will you check? You will go back to your Q3 class. What was the Q3 class? It was between 30 to 40. So your value of Q3 should come between 30 and 40. What value we got here? Q3 equal to 33. Yes, it is between 30 and 40. So you yourself can check that your answer is correct. Okay, once again, if you make that mistake, the common mistake which students are making, if you write like this, 30 plus 15 upon 5, you will get 30 plus 15, matlab 45 upon 5. That will give you 9. 30 plus 45. And this will give you 9. 9 answer आ जाएगा. ये देखो. अगर आपने ये डिवीजन को यहाँ तक ले लिया तो 30 + 15/5 मीन्स 45/5 विल गिव यू 9. तो आपको Q3 का वैल्यू 9 आ जाएगा, which is wrong. Okay, this is the correct answer. 9 देखो, 9 हमारा ये देखो क्लास ये है, Q3 का वैल्यू 30 और 40 के बीच में आना चाहिए. 9 doesn't fall between 30 and 40. तो आपका आंसर रॉन्ग है, आप खुद चेक कर सकते हैं. Okay, so this is how we calculate Q3. Don't do this mistakes. I have put across here. Okay, so today we have seen how to find out quartiles Q1 and Q3 for this group data of continuous type. Continuous meaning class intervals. So let us summarize. In today's lecture, what we did, we started with quartiles. Quartiles are 3 points which divides the data into 3 parts. I'm sorry, 4 parts. Okay, they are called Q1, Q2, Q3. Then we have seen how to calculate. We have seen this diagram. Whenever the word quartile comes in your mind, you should remember this diagram. Okay. उसके बाद we have seen how to calculate quartile for group data of discrete type. In discrete type of data, and even in continuous also, these steps are same. Only the difference is in discrete type of data, in the step 4, you directly get the value because it's a discrete type of data. So here actual values are given. So you will directly get the value. Whereas if the class intervals are given, that means if the continuous type of data is given, then you will not get the direct value. You will only get the class. You will only get that your value will lie between that class. See here. So you have to, for finding out the value, you have to actually apply the formula. So one step is more in calculation of Q1 and Q3 for the continuous type of data. Now, if I ask you, calculate Q2 also for this, I have only written find Q1 and Q3. What will you do? If I also write here find Q2, Q2 is same as median, na? And median we have already done for the same problem when the chapter of, the topic of median I have taken. That time for the same data we have calculated the median. So Q2 is same as median. So I am not asking. Okay. So this completes our topic for quartiles. Next time I will start with deciles. Okay. Now, like median divides the data into 2 equal parts, quartiles divide into 4 equal parts, deciles divides into 10 equal parts. Okay. So to divide the data into 10 equal parts, we will need 9 points. So there are 9 deciles, D1, D2, D3, D9. So this we will do in the next. These are the assignment problems, and these are to find the Q1 and Q3 for the discrete continuous type of data. Okay. So thank you so much. If you have got any question, you can ask me.